St. Olaf's Church, that high one. It was a medieval time when it was founded.
Marriott? No.
Parliament House. And in the front of us is Russian Orthodox Cathedral. It's open, you can take a look there inside.
We'll go inside.
4 kilometers long this time. Now almost. The walk is very nice panorama place. On the right hand side there's dead end. And
We are coming back for that,
I
right?
wait you here, yes? You.
रुक गई हैं?
लेफ्ट नहीं मुड़ गई
वो मैं नाल नहीं चलते ना
वैसे तो लोग चढ़ा दी जाती है लेना भी खींच ले शौकी कितना गया
पाजी वो चल रहे हैं कैमरा चल रहे हैं तो
तुसी भी चलेगा
Very good.
पैसे भी दे दियो
मजा आ गया वेरी नाइस
पंजाब ਦੇ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ
ਦੇ ਵੀ ਦੇ ਹੁਣ
कितनी सोनी कुड़ी
ਕੁੜੀ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਲੈ ਗਈ ਫਿਰ
अशोक तो उते किसी कुड़ी दी ला
ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਬਸ ਕੁੜੀ ਦੇ ਬਸ ਲੋਕ ਸੀਨੀਅਰ ਥੱਲੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ
चलो आप दोनों खड़े हो
तेरी है
चल आ जाओ खड़े हो जा ये थोड़ी डार्क है
मूवी खींच रही है एक्शन करो
एक्शन कर दे
सब कैसे करते हो अशोक जी सीख लो
आई नो पता नहीं क्या है नहीं कोई ना कोई लगा है हमारा कुछ है
कोई लगे किसी नहीं पता
कुछ पाया है
आपको जरा लेसन देना पड़ेगा
yeah I guess
बजाते रहो ये लो अरे कितने मतरी लगी है
कोई नहीं
नहीं ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है यार लड़की इस लड़की बेचारी ली नहीं जा रही रिकॉर्डिंग हो ही रही थी
हो रही है
हाँ जी कुछ करना चाहते हैं दोनों एक्शन नथिंग आज धीरी भाई साहब ने ना वो खा ली थी गोली जी कमरा खराब है
एडविल खाया करो सवेरे
हाँ रात को खाया करो
उल्टा करते
राती तो दूसरी गोली खुआएगा
वो दिने खा ला
चलो
राती को गोली
ठीक all right lovey dovey
happening couple
क्या हो गया कबाब
जूते मारे लगे
Did you look this church also?
Yeah, we saw it.
Okay.
इतनी बड़ी खेलता ना ये बंदा जो बैठा हुआ है ना नीचे इतनी बड़ी
पहले चर्च हुई.
Sitz hingebaut und haben
And this is a parliament?
It's a parliament house.
This is a parliament house.
haben dann angefangen aus der Holzburg eine Steinburg.
तो जानी चाहिए कैंडल कितने दी है
कभी रोम जाके चर्च
ब्यूटीफुल यार मजा आ रहा है रोम ऊपर
It's a parliament house with 110 members.
चर्च है सुनी बारो हाँ गैरी इंडिया में और यूएस में के मंदिरों में नहीं गए हम.
शेरजा फोटो लो फोटो तो स्टाइल ना. आजा अभी
बहारों फूल बरसाओ
अभी तो आजा आजा भी आजा
तुम होश में हो ना हम होश में हैं तेरा भेजा है खत में भूल नहीं मेरा दिल
खिंचो जाओ
गाना गा रहा है गाना गा रहा है फिर उसके बाद
Estonians are living here in this country for 5,000 years. We have our own language, our culture, but all the time somebody else was ruling here. Starting from German Crusaders, then Denmark, Swedish king, Russian Tsar, everybody else, but we never have been independent state. And after that war, 1920, doesn't have real power. It's just a representation.
So is the president house?
No, it's prime minister's office.
Oh, prime minister office.
A prime minister is in charge.
प्राइम
It's
मिनिस्टर
prime
का
minister.
ऑफिस है
Government.
The office.
We see from other side. We have seen it from other side.
Is the town hall of Estonia, Tallinn, Tallinna.
प्यारा बना हुआ है. It's nice, pretty.
The Maharaja Indian restaurant.
वो नेकलेस को दिखा जो ले जाओ या पालन दिया नकली
चलो फिर मेन
वहाँ पे तो बढ़िया ही मिलेगा
For ice cream, for wine, you can use this
for anything. I thought I'm good at this job, you know. I'm happy with this.
local residents saying we're quite
One of Estonian beer brands. Ashok.
This church was, how many meters the church used to be?
160.
160, but due to lightning, it came down to 133 now?
130, yeah.
130. Boy, the library.
It's one of the biggest libraries in Northern Europe.
It's a library, yes. And it has a 60-kilometer book's length. Now, what kind of office you have here?
The apartments and...
Or is that residential? The President House.
And on the right-hand side you can see the Catherine's Palace.
Okay. That's a Catherine Palace.
But ironic is that Catherine never came to Tallinn. She liked St. Petersburg, high society life, big city so much that she didn't find time for summer to be here.
But I need to focus on
Tere. Räägi ruttu mulle.
हाँ जी आज किसी थे आओ थोड़ी फोटो ले लो सामने थोड़ी मूवी आ जाओगे ना उसी भी आ गया आगे ना अरे मेरी भी लाना रिकॉर्डिंग चल रही है
तो नजर ही नहीं आ रहा आ रहे हो ठीक है आई थोड़ी शक्ल हेलो
right you can see the residential areas, the modern residential areas. Of there, the Neva River issues and falls into the Gulf of Finland. So there it is on our right. The English Embankment, Night Palaces, and the Isaacs Cathedral with the gilded dome on the other side. The fourth largest cupola cathedral in the world. Building with the black roof in Dutch style. And the small windows. And right now we came with you to the spit of the Basil's Island. Have a look. 2 rostra columns, they are the lighthouses with the rostras, the beaks of the defeated ships.
We will stop here.
Yes, we shall have a picture stop here.
पानी है ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਤਾਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂਗਾ ਲਿਆਓ ਜੀ ਲਿਆਓ ਇਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਦੂਰੋਂ ਦੀ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਰਾਵਣ ਹੈਗਾ ਖਲੋਤਾ ਹੈ ਰਾਵਣ लग रहा है
ये हर्मिटाज है पीछे ग्रीन वाला इसको बहुत बड़ा है ये
Very wide streets. Very wide.
And then we return with you back to the ship. Is it a good plan?
Very good.
Da!
Da.
And what about the Hermitage Museum?
Hermitage will be tomorrow in the morning. Don't worry, I will tell you. That's good. Thank you. His sons, his wife and his 3 daughters. Also he had 4 sons, so 7 children. And for each one of them he constructed a palace in St. Petersburg. And right now we call them by their names. This one is Mariinsky Palace for Maria. There's also Nicholas's palace for his son Nicholas. Constructed in the modern style or Art Nouveau style. And behind you is a nice, beautiful theater, Alexandrinsky Theater, Museum of Perestroika time that took place here in 1991 in this country. Or the Palace of Peter. And sorry, they stopped working. Certainly for the winter time, when the first mosque in Europe. And also the sailing ship there on the right. Such sailing ships, they used to come to the seaport. You remember this building, this structure with 2 red brick columns. There we had with you the picture stop. That is the first seaport of Russia, with 2 bridges on both sides. On the left is the Palace Bridge, and on the right is the Stock Exchange Bridge. Right now here on the left you can see the palaces of the royal family. This green and white is the Hermitage. Yes.
Water comes out?
Yes,
Okay.
when water comes out. And let us right now. Yes.
चालू
Switch on.
John
Our boxes right now. I put on
I'm taping it. Give me the castle name.
Peter Hoff.
Peter Hoff Castle.
Peter Hoff Castle. Have a look. Straight ahead of us is one more bridge, and there behind the bridge you can see the main station of the Grand Cascades. In front of the palace of Peter the Great. Peter the Great, Russian Tsar. He married a common girl, of Lithuanian origin. Her original name was Marta Skarbonska. She was a servant girl who did laundry in the army for the soldiers when she met her. But she fell in love with
कपड़े किसी ने नहीं पाए इन्होंने कपड़े किसी ने नहीं पाए
अच्छा कौन से आदत नहीं स्टैचू को कपड़े नहीं आदत नहीं थी ना
Poi scusa per completare il volo di più.
all the people, they will be here.
Look at the crowd.
There is a called mechanical fountain. Yes, we have lovely pictures here with the fountain. Try to do it.
ਆ ਜਾਓ ਯਾਰ ਹੋਰ
Marley Ellie. And the monthly beer palace in there. So have a look. I like very much to look at picture from this alley in profile. Is depicted there in the 18th century European clothes. The fashion of
चलो आप अब जो पोजेस बनाने हैं बना लो. You deserve it. Right? Yeah.
All right, give a hand to her. Give a hand. All right.
आप ऐसे हाथ पीछे रखो ना. आप थोड़े फोटो खींच रही हो. वो भी गई. इधर देखो इधर. पैर स्लिप कर गया.
Tricky founder है.
थैंक यू फाउंडर दें.
आप भी दे दो. इनकी भी फोटो है.
देखो वैसे चीज़ होती है. देखो अंदर स्टैचू छोटे छोटे बनाए उन्होंने. बड़ा कार्विंग का बड़ा कम है हैंड कार्विंग का.
बच्चों को शौक से बना दे महल शहर. पंडित को अपने पंडित खंड सारे आए होंगे. एक फूल तेरे जूड़े में क्या बहुत लगा दूं मैं अरे ना
मच्छी पाड़ रहे हैं हम.
वो नहीं आ रहा. वो नहीं आना ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट. टीवी को काट देना चाहिए.
क्या चीज़ है?
कोई लाइन नहीं थी. नहीं आ रहे हैं. उसने कितने गए
आ रही है. आ रही है. इधर थले आ रहे हैं. आ रही है.
हाँ. बहुत अच्छी है ये बेस्ट पिक्चर. नहीं वो उनसे ये है.
सबके लिए. हाँ लेते हैं.
कटनी ले ग्रुप की.
ये जाओ. एक ग्रुप जी लो ना सारे मिलकर.
So.
Again, then here, okay?
Я хочу пройтись с фонтаном. Хочу пройтись там. Вымокнуть с ног до головы.
And even next to the gilded vase, you have a look. You can take pictures with the gilded vase.
वाश से ना खड़ी हो वाश में
Right here. Sure.
पीछे आ रही है पीछे
एक फोटो ले जाए अशोक मलाई में
The vase.
खड़े हो जा no more
Conferences taken there, they can help them there in the Congress Hall of this palace.
wooden palace
Yes, but certainly just when he's not in here, and when there are no special
Where the
events
palace gone?
provided in the place.
oh again there you go
Yeah, that's the palace. इथों नजर आएगा हुन नजर आएगा तो ये गेट है ना एरिया गेट
slow down there bit though
ये गेट है
Have a look special for you. Yuri just slows down, and there on the left, through the gate, you can see
Beautiful,
the main
yeah,
entrance,
palace,
the
yeah,
arches,
yeah, yeah.
the monument to Peter the Great, and certainly a Russian flag on top of it. There is Peter's palace and Putin's palace. Peter's palace is small, Putin's palace is
very big
7 years old he was when his parents brought him in here to the best boarding school of Russia. It was placed next to the royal palace. So Russian Emperor Alexander I, there he is, Russian poet Alexander Pushkin on the left. So Russian Emperor Alexander I, he could just come through. On the right, Yellow Palace. That is the home of the last royal couple. Situated next to the wonderful castle of Catherine's castle. No, we shall see it in the afternoon with you. But first of all, lunchtime. Oh, and again brides, have a look. Crowds of brides on the right. Crowds of brides.
what's the name of the town
Pushkin.
town okay.
That's the school on the right, the secondary school. And Peter sent him to school to study navigation. When he returned back to Russia, he became the captain of the fleet.
हफ्ता collect कर रहे हैं क्या
Just special for you. It's a lovely place.
Beautiful.
You see? Yes, it's precious for 300 meters. From the left to the right. Part of the parquet floor that used to cover the whole of the room. Right now we have only smaller parts exhibited for us. You can see it's decorated with precious kinds of wood, and not only wood, even mother of pearl. 500 seashells were used. Blue drawing room designed by architect Charles Cameron, special for Catherine II. Have a look, wonderful turquoise color, just to fit in with this lapis lazuli set in the previous room, right? Wonderful gilding covers the sofas made in France. Maybe pictures it again.
is a real gold leaf real gold
Oh, beautiful, have a happy smile.
unbelievable
Have a look. Real fruit vases, marzipan decorate the table. The table is all curvy because that is the Baroque style.
only for dessert
Yes, it's just only for the desserts. The table was also designed by architect, just in here, by architect Francesco Bartolomeo Rastrelli, the man who designed this and so on. And so here, with the nice porcelain sets, are also here to take pictures. We won't be on their way. Will you please follow me?
कितनी प्यारी है She is so beautiful नहीं
Two golden walls practically on both sides. Yes, two entrance galleries.
ऊपर देखो ऊपर इसके सामने ताजमहल क्या है कुछ भी है
Golden gallery. On both sides. Practically stretching for 300 meters. One of the first the palace.
इतने लोग को मारा है उन्होंने इतने लोग को मारा है
इसको जाने दो भी निकल रही है
Is waking up. The palace is so big. How to know which part of the world it is facing? One cupid is waking. That is falling asleep. Over in that glass case, you will see the real daggers. But he slept on this post. Into the dead inches. The winner of the world. The task was to make children, grandchildren for Catherine II to have enough of heirs to the throne. They did a very good job. 9. 5. And we shall take with you wonderful pictures here of the palace and back.
That was a speedboat, right?
Yes, the speedboats, the hydrofoil. You see, on the wings they drive. The hydrofoils. And there is the winter palace from which they just travel around from that place.
And this boat is a replica of what?
This one is the sailing ship. It is called the Flying Dutchman because it was presented by the Dutch government. You see there on top of it are 2 flags.
वो और पीछे जाएं फिर जाके
कितने साल पुरानी बोट है ये
वो 2003-4 इंच बनाई है
Let's go, ladies, want to go?
Yesterday we had a walk on this place, on the streets of the Bazaar Valley. Bridges on both sides, and the palace on the left, and the stock exchange on the right. 2 columns in the center, and the building of the on the left here, the shades of the sun. We can see the building behind us, the castle. That was the castle constructed in the sun of the night. The parts of the beaches are mixed, and the lake where the ship go. Under them, from the ladder the lake into the castle, from the end of the lake. All the palaces are put tonight.
मूवी बना के दोगे सानू वैसे नहीं कर
सारे पैलेस इको चक्कर है ये चमकीले दे ये दोबारा
कवर है ना Name the palace. Name the palace.
The Winter Palace it is. The Winter Palace. Okay, have a look.
Chandelier.
No, and right now we have the Field Marshal's home with the portrait of the Field Marshals here in the nation and the biggest bronze chandelier here in this ऐसी चीजें कहीं और देखने को मिलती हैं।
कमाल है।
Oh, so beautiful.
With a beautiful pink color. This pink color is reached by adding some seashell substance of the molecule.
Beautiful. Let's see that.
चारों तरफ
And peacock देखे left है? Look at the peacock on the left. ये नहीं ये रहा peacock.
The peacock clock. This musical thing here. The face of the clock is in the face of the mushroom. Roman figures here is showing. And when it chimes, the people see how it all happens. You can have a look and let me
Just follow me, okay?
The icons, they are the painted images of saints. We keep a little bit to the right out of this group. Come here to me. Hello guys, I'm here. Yes, we got department. Italian artists, they paint for the monasteries. They, first of all, they painted pictures for the monasteries, yes, for the churches, for the cathedrals. And what were their favorite subjects? About Madonna life, about the life of Mary. Madonna and the baby, like over there, where Madonna is sitting with the child and having it on her no, she is very disturbed because she had to face the reality of the life. Without knowing her husband, she had to give birth to a baby from some unknown man. That would be Or Madonna with the flower. Just come closer to the group and there from the window you will see Madonna with the flower, Madonna in white. There is the group, you can just join Okay.
Yeah.
So once this goes in here.
Getting the window, sorry. Sorry.
सीलिंग है भाई
कितने
You will see the pictures. By the way, this man sells the books about the Hermitage. Very good, reasonable price, $5. A very good book. Have a look. There you will see Madonna with the baby. It is painted on board, and it used to be one piece together with the frame. With all the carving done on the board and on the frame. Then he was killed by a rock, and his friend, you see there is a wound on the boy's body. And one day, while he was just swimming in it, his dolphin And right now we came with you to the two big holes with the blue vases and with the green vases.
Yeah.
And here on the right, you will see the gallery that is called the Raffles Gallery. A beautiful Raffles Gallery. The original one was designed by Bramante in the Vatican, and the copy of it was made here. Frescoes in the walls they were painted. And if you look on the ceiling there, you will see floating mountains on the surface of it.
ये ना मतलब ये भी आना चाहिए पिछो
उंगली रखी हुई है लेंस पे
Wonderful ceiling decorations and lapis lazuli vases. You know that they are all mutated. This lapis lazuli vase with a nice picture again of Italian masters. And the lamps in the center of the hall, they are made out of rhodonite. This stone is found only here in Russia in the mountains of Urals. I will show you today. It is be made out of smoked colored glass or out of small semi-precious stones. This one is made out of glass. There you can practice.
Okay.
Yes, that's the nativity of John the Baptist. You see his old mother is there, just having a little rest on the bed. And the ladies, they are bustling around a newly born baby. You can see there's some animals, a cat, a hen, a dog. It's just like a regular thing in a house.
Different that's
A little sound.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we came with you to the hall with the green vases. You know this green stone, it's malachite. It's also found in the mountains of Urals. It's found in small amounts and then separated into piles, and the piles are glued on the vases, on the tables. You see there is a wonderful round design, square design, beautiful one. Again, nice picture. Have a look at this one. Half men, half horses. They are fighting with men for women. That is the battle in between. very center of Venice. And so I will show you the trick. If you move from this part of the picture to the other one, you will see how the facade is changing the direction. That's the trick of perspective. You can leave it just...
Gallery and art gallery actually.
art gallery
Yeah.
Again, Madonna with a baby. That is the rest on the flight to Egypt. Have a look. The baby is sleeping so innocently. St. Joseph is in the background. We came with you to the subjects. Yes, some angels, saints, and Madonna. Have a look. Madonna here or there. She is depicted in the white dress. White dress and the blue coat. The subject is known as the conceivement of Madonna. This lady is just white.
Why they put the flower?
On beautiful things. One of the Catholic ordered to cover all the male's beauty.
11 pull out the king. Wow.
प्यार करने का स्टाइल देखा
Guess देखिए.
All the nice armory and writing. Would you like to see it? Yeah. And then we shall make the stage.
Nice and
Pura group? Yeah. No.
Da, okay. Happy smiles.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I think I did it.
Thank you.
Will you please check it?
Place for Alexander the First.
Marble columns with the bronze chandeliers, and the bronze chandeliers we can see the royal family of Russia. 5 generations.
They're still
What
alive?
was their name? Elizabeth, Catherine, Paul, Alexander, Nicholas the First, Alexander the Second, Alexander the Third, Nicholas the Second.
Throw the bag. वो बैठ गई वही तेरा
Thank you. कमाल है lovely.
किसने मना किया?
पहले कितने बंदे चुके चलते हैं सब
Priest made out of the lady's dress because certainly they cost a fortune. This one is all the lace that is prepared for baptizing, for the baptizing Saint. And Alexander the Great, or Alexander the First, the winner of the Poland. And here in the glass cases, you can take pictures here. Here in the glass cases, you can see the ambassador's dress.
Tatina, what's the name of this place? Oh, is the Palace Square? Okay.
अरे बकवास कर रही है
And there he got married. The church was named in his honor of Saint Isaac's because the day of memory of this saint is the day of birth of Peter the Great. Then there were several more versions of the cathedral, and at last this building was constructed in 1818, 1848, 58. It took 40 years to construct this church.
40 years?
40 years, yes. The work was done by French architect Auguste Montferrat, and he used all the best innovations to construct the church at that place, at that time. Let me show you some of them.
देखिए ऐसे चढ़ के रोक करके
The brass sleeve and gilded, the inner one, the middle, with 10,000 clay pots, and the local, the inner one in the church, where the cupola is painted on it, and we shall see. So 3 layers of the inner one.
I don't think I see artifacts.
The third one and the fourth one. There is 1 to 166 smaller copy of the original cathedral. Paintings, they started spoiling. We could see them. Yes, it was decided to turn all the paintings into mosaics. Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit. That is the little dove. Actually, it's rather big. And white. That's the Holy Spirit. Decorated with the icons that separates parish from the altar place. In the lower row, we can see with you the images of the local saints. They all have the names of the Russian emperors at whose time the church was constructed. Among them is Saint Paul, Saint Nicholas, certainly Saint Isaac, Saint Alexander, Saint Catherine, and Saint Peter. There in the very center corner of the icon stand, you can hear the people singing, the choir. There's the religious ceremony going on. It is made of the oak, bronze, and iron cast.
40 tons.
Yes, and it has all the different scenes created by sculptor Vitaly, just from the life of Saint Isaac, from the life of Saint Alexander Nevsky, and many others from the Russian history. Palace not to be a good target. With the cabbages, some vegetables planted in the gardens of the place, just
साथ एक ग्रुप के साथ ही
चीटी मिटा देना पड़ता है
is on the recording now.
Oh, it's like a video.
Yeah, just on the screen. Just like that.
Palace that he put up for his elder. No, I suggest just 10-minute picture stop here or 5 minutes. this one in Dutz, it's under construction. So you see the red line was the first one to be constructed, 1955. And in some places metro goes under the river. The ground here is non-steady, the river goes under the river.
Oh boy, look at that.
Oh my god. No, no, no.
This one is the jeep station.
See, she has a roar in her house. There's a lion mascarone with the anchor. It's almost there.
It's almost there, yeah.
The station was constructed only 3 years ago. So it's very new. Okay, have a look. We are right now that's the map of the city. We are here with you. That is, yes, Prospect, the main street of our city. Here is Winter Palace, Admiralty. And right now we shall cross with you the Niva
This
River.
is a railway station.
Peter the Great.
The group the hotel.
No.
Out here.
It's on recording now.
After that,
So after that, a little bit later, yes? Just a second, I will wait for the train to come. As the train will come, we'll be moving, I will take your picture. Okay. Wait a second. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Oh, wonderful, it looks wonderful. It is such a good lighting. Yes, I took a picture. I took 2 pictures. Right now I'm waiting for the train. Not to waste your battery.
you will take once. This is a still picture. Breath.
Okay. Oh, it's coming, it's coming. One more, sit down, sit down. Yes, I got you with the train. Excuse me, sir. You can erase it.
Okay.
Just there, खड़ी हो. You have to be quick because every 2 minutes a train comes. Well, I'll give it to her.
Oh, wonderful. I'm taking the picture.
सोशलिस्ट कम्युनिस्ट अभी भी हैं.
Let's sit outside for a while.
Yeah.
बोल सुना?
ये रातें गाती चलो कोई बात नहीं गाती
आ ही नहीं सकती।
पता क्या है, यहाँ पे बिल्कुल डार्क आ रही है।
इधर ठीक आएगी ऐसे।
Yeah, it's coming out more dark from there.
Much of the shade, okay.
Spilled blood or something.
Wait, this is the best part.
No, that's it.
That's the nickname given to this place by people, by Russian people.
What's the name?
This church on the spilled blood. Yes, but the official name is the Church of Resurrection of Christ. Right, because Christ suffered for the humanity. Yes, resurrected. And we also remember Alexander II for his deed. What he did, what he did for the country. Have a look. It was constructed by his son Alexander III.
His son?
Yes, his son.
His son can be
No, revolutionaries. Terrorists. You see, he liberated serfs in 1881, abolished serfdom. And some people didn't like it. They formed the revolutionary societies, terrorist societies, and they started killing people in power. And Alexander II, there were 7 attempts at his life, 7, can you imagine? So this was the 7th attempt. And then his son, Alexander III, decided to put up a monument to his father, but not a man on the horse, but a church, where every day the priest would pray for his soul. It was decided from the very beginning that the church would be decorated only with stones and mosaics, because they are not important. They don't know in this cold climate here. Where to the cold climate here on St. Petersburg. Have a look. subjects. On the other side, we can see with you the Nativity of Christ.
Where they crucified him.
I will show you by the end of the tour. Okay? Have a look. First of all, we can see with you there the subjects from the Nativity of Christ. There is then the adoration of the Magi, when the Magi from India came to this newly born Christ, because they had the vision, and the star showed them the way to where this new prophet who is baptized in the river by John the Baptist. And then on this side, and then there upstairs, Christ doing some miracles when he is walking on the waters and healing the diseased people. But certainly, the main place in the church, that's the icon stand. You can see the image of Christ as he was growing. Here he is a young man. Under the next one I will show you Christ as a teenager. And certainly he looks like Alexander the Great. And here is the southern part of the icon stand. You see it is carved out of rhodonite, this pink stone. Then have a look at these columns. They are carved out of jade or jasper. By the way, very hard material to work over it. And these garlands of flowers, it's all carving. It's all monolithic carving out of one stone. Have a look at this green stone that was also different kinds of jasper as well as porphyry, this dark crimson columns. They're made out of porphyry. And the mosaic icon, it's also mosaic, will look like a picture. The mosaic image of Alexander Nevsky. He's local prince. He's a real person. He lived in the 13th century, and it is considered that he is the patron of the city and defends the city. All these carvings, they were made here in Russia, in the mountains of Europe, of the local stone. Right now, I can just press the button.
No button.
No
just
button, just... Excuse me, it's magnifying.
Yeah, you can do like this.
No, just make it
Go the camera. On the camera.
Yeah, now it's good. Now it's good.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I can see all the faces. I can see all the wonderful faces in this church. The church is behind you, yes. Oh, right now I changed a little bit the direction, and so one after one I can see your wonderful faces. It's excellent. Yes, with all these beauties, all there. Here we are standing with you in this church. Oh, more tourists standing there. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you. That's the main part of the altar place. Usually in the center you can see the Zaz gate. What happens during the religious ceremony? The Zaz gate is open. And only the priest comes out. Only the priest can go there inside and to serve by the altar place. Why? Because you see, when Adam and Eve made the first sin, they were closed the way to regular people only during the ceremony for a short time. We are standing here, we can just have a look in there through the Zaz gate. This one is made. Have a look. On one of the crosses there is the crystal cross. When the rays of the early morning sun, they come inside, they go to
I didn't hear you. Why is there a ceremony going on?
The gate is open during the ceremony only. Yes. Because this gate is the way to paradise. That's the way to paradise for the people. And you see, they lost the paradise after the first sin of Adam and Eve. Then God kicked them out of paradise, expelled them out of there, and the gate was closed. So right now, only during the ceremony, for the short time, the gate is open, and regular people, they can just look in there.
Every day?
Yes, every day.
26 years it took.
The people that came to work.
Russian people. Russian people. Those example. Usually he was known for his gate is the piece of cobblestones, pavement, a piece of road where the land was built. And there you can see a cross made out of red cannabis, like they are just like blood spots. Straight ahead of you, under these 4 columns, you see under this covering.
There's a flower there, red flower?
Yes, a red flower there where the man was killed. Around the place is the leaves, it's a morning leaf made of the stone. And certainly there you can see the crucifixion of Christ in the work. Then Christ was put on trial by the Pharisees. And the scenes of death, there is the Assumption of Madonna and the Assumption of Christ behind the grave. That's the exact side. All along the canals. It was just a road, part of the pavement.
81 Meter. Er wurde hier 1881 getötet. Ganz links steht hier eine Glockenturm. 62.
Oh, वहाँ पे
He was Jewish, his mother was
काली आ रही है.
No, this is I know. But she's been taking it.
Very good, thank you.
Agar if you want to take a picture, I'll take a picture. Still.
To the right hand, you can see one of our last shipping yards. Finland has been very strong in constructing ships, especially to the other side of this Gulf of Finland. Helsinki was, by that time, there was absolutely nothing here. And nothing more happened to Helsinki. It was just a little village of fishermen and commerciants. Still, that sea fortress we see now on the right, up there, 70. It's polluting the sea, but no, it's not. They couldn't. So here you have a beautiful view to the sea fortress of Suomenlinna. And that was the most important and biggest sea fortress in Europe. This sea fortress of Suomenlinna here with the church that is also a lighthouse to the right of the group of islands, it's listed on UNESCO's list of cultural heritage. So it must stay like this. And that is also where Finns learned to cope with West and East with their beautiful cupolas. Unfortunately, it's closed on Monday, we can't visit it. But there's the other church, the White Cathedral, that you'll see in a minute. It's a Lutheran, the so-called Winter War. We had lost it, but Finland was not occupied, and we could. Now you have the site to the White Cathedral, a Protestant cathedral, and its counterparts, the red one. Now we have to make the decision, shall we stop for 10 minutes to now, and then we have a marketplace. And what we do know that Maya asked me to do is 70 days a week, and wild berries growing all over, and you're absolutely free to pick them anywhere you want in the forest. It's a so-called every man's right. It's every man's right to pick mushrooms and berries in the forest. You see the strawberries, well those bigger strawberries are cultivated, the smaller ones are wild ones. And we'll have a lot of blueberries.
Cherries, देखिए कितनी प्यारी cherry.
Quite good in So this is a floating office of Arvia that constructs these icebreakers. These are the old ones, those are new ones. Floating office, this is the first trial because we lack land, of course. We don't have land anymore. We are on a peninsula. There's the sea. We have been stealing land from the sea all the time.
Building floating.
Floating जो मर्जी बना दे घर बना दे
अच्छा ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਹੈਲੋ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਂਡ ਲੋ ਜੀ ਚ ਇਤਰੂ ਦੀ ਫਲੋਟਿੰਗ ਹਾਊਸ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾ ਸਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਰੀਆ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਹਿਸਟੋਰੀਕਲ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ
Opinion, shall we skip the market or would you like to walk on the market?
The market man.
We'll skip
In the road. Yes.
ਨੇ ਪਾਪ ਕਿਤੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਾਪ ਧੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ कोई कुछ ऐसी नहीं क्रूज में कोई ना कैमरे होनी
नहीं डिज्नी वाला है सेक्शन कुछ
Here. And here we have the two-headed eagle to the left of the Romanov Russians, and we are learned to know each other. I think 80% of the water is now cleaned in St. Petersburg. Helsinki has a big university, several universities, several technical high schools in both Finnish and Swedish languages. And of course in the technical high schools, some of the teaching is in English already. They all speak English anyway. Want to know. And because they all sit in front of the chiasma, designed by the American architect Stephen Hall, we have the statue of Marshal Mannerheim, who was the leader of the army during the Winter War, and a modern annex to the parliament for the rest of the personnel here to the right now. To learn to read. Those are parts of our success in here. They don't laugh at me, but they get it. In the middle of the Baltic Sea, between Finland and Estonia. And they know rock because there's nothing else there but rock. They know rock. And instead of having a huge cathedral here that was supposed to be, because this space is called since long the square of the temple. So they had the idea of saving the cliff and putting the church in the straight over.
इसका साउंड खतरनाक है
Stockholm was the capital. And he let construct the Senate and the university and this cultural cathedral and all these. And in the middle we have Alexander II. He opened the parliament. And by the time this was constructed, Helsinki had about 4,000 inhabitants, the same about a soldier on the fortress. So this became in the middle of nothing. That's why we still have a Russian Tsar in the middle of the state. So it's a combination of different systems. But for maternity care, children's health care, it's all absolutely free.
टैक्स दिल लगाई होंगी तो पूरा पे करूँ सब बच्चों के कमरों में वो भेजूंगी डब्बे स्कूटी भी मैं लाई हूँ अभी स्कूटी भी मैं उठाती हूँ सब बच्चों को भेजूंगी भी सुबह आज रात को 6 ही तो कमरे
मैक्सिको भी आउंदा चर्च है एक
It's a common sauna for all the people who live, and that's the balcony. that's a balcony. You can, you know, you have once a week. You have your 2 hours.
We are in Stockholm, in the train going to Stockholm.
And we paid €70 per person.
By mistake, we paid more.
The charges
छोटे-छोटे हाउस वाले हैं, छोटे-छोटे हाउस वाले।
Two shoky squares.
Datas and Sarin.
Two shoky squares.
जब भी हमें देखते हैं इंडियन खाना कल तो कमाल हो गया जैसे आके स्पेशल मेरी फोटो ना ली मैं समझा रही थी उनको
मैंने कैच कर लिया बच्चे
बस सब
नवीन कंपनी चाहते हैं इकट्ठे होते घूमना चाहिए मेरा भी दिल ना भी करे बट एवरीबॉडी इज ईटिंग सेम थिंग आई हैव
Oh, my God, palace. There's a palace there. I think so. There's another palace type. हाँ जी हाँ जी वो सामने रौनक वाला हाँ हाँ और की
वो बंदा ही हो गंदा
लोग साड़ी में ला रहा ना खाली होती ना
मैं
नहीं इधर छोड़
मैं ले चुका
इधर आओ ना
अशोक ये चिप्स लेने तो
नहीं यार किथे है वो अपना सेट किथे
और उनके चली जा रहे
रिकॉर्ड तो हो जाए
जैसे बारिश ना हो जाए ना
नहीं गीता
आजा बदल भी आ रहे हैं
गीता जनाब
नो प्रॉब्लम
नेक्स्ट चली रानी चलो हो गया मेन तो
आओ जी आओ कौन पता करने गया कोई
पापा
पेशेंस खो दी हरी बात अंदर जगह मिल जा रही जो टैक्सी का पता कर रहे थे
जा देख लो तेरी आप भी
चलो आ जाओ पीछे
दिस इज अ नाइस एरिया
ब्यूटीफुल
ये तो वो कह रहे हैं ना इट्स इटली इट्स अ वेनिस ऑफ नॉर्थ
स्कैंडिनेवियन एक देवते ना पल्ला पै गया साਡਾ
कोई देवता नहीं है वी आर ऑल सेम कोई देवता
स्वीट स्वीट जाए स्वीट
क्यों हो गया वापस चलो जाए
घूमने आता
हॉप इन हॉप आउट
और अभी आगे 5 ऊपर होगा ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰ ਫਾਇਰ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਇਹ ਹਿੰਦੁਸਤਾਨੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੁਝ ਬਣਾਇਆ
और लाइना लगियां बाहर
क्या बात है ये तो तेरी प्रॉब्लम है बस मैं तेरी भी डालनी है कितना लेना है
ऑन ही है
चलो चलो चलते जाओ मेरे पीछे कोई आएगा मैंने तो ना
come to me
All right. Chalo, Sue. That's it.